Hi, I'm Barry Garcia with Nanlite. We're going to talk about the Litolite 5C, the Compacts, as well as the SA lights. So these are the questions we've gotten about our fixtures. Let's get started. So question number one is going to come to us today from Mason in Orlando, Florida. And Mason would like to know, what do you recommend as the best mounting solution for the Litolite 5C? Okay, so there's lots of different ways that you can mount the Litolite 5C because it's got that quarter 20 receiver in the bottom of it. So you could do anything from like a ball head to like a cold shoe adapter. You could also do maybe an offset arm so that the light would be slightly offset from your camera if you have a cage or something like that. But remember, you also have magnets in the back of the 5C, so you can mount it to all kinds of things. That's what's cool about the 5C, is that it has the ability to be used in all situations. And question number two comes to us from Susan in Springfield, Mass, and she wants to know, how bright is the Litolite 5C? All right, well, that's pretty easy to do. The Litolite 5C brightness is basically measured in lux, and at 1 foot, it's 6,582 lux at 5600K. At 2 feet, it's about 2,351 lux at 56K, and at 3 feet, it's about 585 lux at 56K. So it's a bright little light that can be used in a lot of situations. And question number three comes to us from Carter in Sandy, Utah, and he'd like to know, is there an inner baffle for the Para 90 softbox? Good question, Carter. Actually, the Para 90, the Para 120, and the Para 150 all have tabs on the inside of them, but we don't technically have a baffle right now that will work for it. It's one of those things that Nanlite has looked at as something that they'll do in the future. It's just not something that they've kind of come across just yet. And question number four comes to us from Dave in Chico, California. And Dave would like to know, what compact lights would be best for lighting in a studio for portrait work? This is a good question. Actually, all the compact lights would be really good at that. Probably barring the 20, which is more of a tabletop, but the 48, the 68, the 100, as well as the 200, all fantastic lights to use. What I always say about the compact lights is that they're soft lights that throw. And they really do. They give you that nice soft look that you're looking for, and it allows you to have whatever it is that you're working for, especially for your portraiture work. And question number five comes to us today from Jack in Phoenix, Arizona, and he wants to know, what type of lights and how many would we need to light a small studio talk show style set? Well, Jack, that's an interesting question, and that could take a bit of explaining. But to just kind of do, I guess, what I would do if I was in that situation, the SA lights work really well for that type of situation, because what I'm looking for is to create a lighting circle, so to speak, or basically a ring of light. Now, I recommend the SA lights because you want the DMX version of the SA lights, because once you get those lights up in the grid, you're not going to want to move them. You're going to want to keep them where they are. So you're going to need to DMX those lights together in a daisy chain and have a board off to the side to be able to control the faders, so that once you get things set, you can always turn those lights on or off with the board. All right, so pretty much I'd be looking at, if it's let's say it's an interview style, you've got an interviewer and an interviewee. I would probably look at 3 or so lights on my interviewer, maybe 4, and then I'd probably do 3 or 4 on my interviewee, or the 2 chairs that would be there with that person. And then I'd probably add a little bit of eye light or front light to be able to kind of fill in wherever I need it. But remember, you're going to need a little bit for backlight. So, I mean, you're looking at between, I don't know, 6 to 10 different lights that you can make it, depending on the size of the set and what it is that you want to show. So a lot of different room that you can kind of move around in that answer, but it does allow you to be able to kind of figure out what's going to work best for you. So that's all the questions we have for this episode today. Remember, you can always go get more information on Nanlite at nanliteus.com, or you can go check out our videos over at Nanlite USA and leave a question. Remember, there are no stupid questions. So we'll see you next time.